What's up, guys? I'm going to bring you a quick little rant, and today my rant will be about the band In Flames. Now, the reason I want to rant about In Flames, now I know some of you might be like, aren't you a fan of In Flames? Well, yeah, I am, but only, I would say somewhere in the beginning up to their middle of their discography, because their new stuff really, it's really sad to listen to, honestly. Well, not like literally sad, but like it's not as good as their previous material. So here's a few problems I have with In Flames. But first, I'm going to talk about the fans. Okay, first off, I know people who say they like everything that In Flames puts out. Like, they say they can like anything from Lunar Strain all the way up to Battles. And that to me just blows my mind. Like, I mean, if you really do like all their stuff, that's fine, but I kind of don't believe you. Unless, you have such a diverse taste. But that's not a bad thing. And then there's the people that say they want them to go back to the Jester race, the sound that was in the Jester race. And here is my problem here. Now, I do agree that they should return to their roots, but you can't expect the same album from them over and over. Like, Sounds of a Playground Fading, I felt like was like the best example of, progression in their sound. Well, not really progression, but like still maintaining a sound that worked. And not only was it enjoyable to listen to, but it sounded really good, and it just does, it works for them. Like, it sounds nothing like the Jester race, but it still like is good, if that makes sense. So, it's okay for bands to change, but like not the way In Flames is doing it. I don't think. Their sound has just become so sour and a little, I don't know. So I hear they might be putting out one more album for their career, and they're calling it quits. So that's kind of sad, but I really do hope that if this really is the next In Flames album will be their last. I hope that they go all out with this one. I hope that they make it like Sounds of a Playground Fading, or maybe Come Clarity. Heck, if it's even like Sense of Purpose, I'd be happy. The new In Flames stuff really just, it's not working. Like, and In Flames knows that the fans have been wanting, a return to form. Not necessarily that they have to go back to the Jester race, but maybe something like Come Clarity. And that is if they are capable of making another album like Come Clarity. Like, you also gotta think about Anders and his vocals too. What if his vocals aren't compatible enough to go back to the vocals that were on the Jester race? Because he's getting too old now, or something. But I'm sure he still does have the capacity to make the vocals that were in Sounds of a Playground Fading. And we don't mind that. We don't mind another Sounds of a Playground Fading. Bands are allowed to change, just, not with Siren Charms and Battles, which is what In Flames has been doing. So, yeah, and I understand that In Flames also does want to do, like, it's also important that they do what, they want. But, I don't know, I find this so hard to believe, because they went from a melodic death metal band, and now, like, if you listen to the newest In Flames EP, I think Down Wicked and No Good it's called, it sounds like an electronic album. Like, you can't be serious about this. I mean, what a change of a band. Like, wow. Like, it's hard to believe that, that EP was by the same guys who made the Jester race. That's crazy. It really is. And here's another problem I may have. And that is the new listeners. Now, I'm not going to lie, but I was someone who found In Flames around 2016, and the first couple of albums I've heard from them were A Sense of Purpose and Sounds of a Playground Fading. I know I found them a little later in life, but that's because I was more into metalcore, and I didn't really care for melodic death metal. And those albums weren't even really melodic death metal albums. But you get what I'm saying. I just wasn't a fan of them. I'm one of those fans who do prefer the old stuff, because I'm capable enough to understand what melodic death metal is, and, you know, what is actually, you know, better, or, you know, if you will. And the reason I want to talk about the newer fans is because, well, not really the new fans, but I guess the new fans that are also new to metal. So, let's say you have a friend who's only into rock, and he doesn't listen to anything heavier than Red. And then you show him In Flames, which ironically Joe Rickard was in both bands. I believe he's still in Flames. And then you show him In Flames. You say, you should go check out In Flames. They're melodic death metal, but you should check them out. And then they do check them out. And let's say they check out their album Battles, and then, you know, they really love it, they can really dig it, and they say, oh wow, this is really good. I can really get behind melodic death metal. And it's like, that would frustrate me to no end. Seriously, like, no! In Flames was melodic death metal from their first record, I would say, up to Reroute to Remain. That's just my opinion. I know some people say that Colony was the last melodic death metal In Flames album, but I don't know. But you know what I mean. Their new stuff is not melodic death metal at all. It's alternative metal, borderline rock. You know? Honestly, their new stuff sounds like Red, which is probably why they would probably like it. I mean, it's just not good. And, you know, don't be one of those people. Like, seriously. If you're going to be a fan of In Flames, don't just say, yeah, I like In Flames, but only their new stuff, because, oh boy, more clean vocals. I can't take that screamo crap. You know? It's the same deal with All That Remains fans, too. Like, they only like their new stuff because, oh boy, less scream vocals. More love songs that were on A War You Cannot Win. So, yeah, but that's one of the things I don't like about, you know, some metal bands. Like, I don't know if they're trying to cater to the more, like, rock fans or the fans of different genres, or if they're just genuinely passionate about making those songs. I'm not sure. But with In Flames, I hope that they do return with another album like Sounds of a Playground Fading. And the reason I say Sounds of a Playground Fading and not the Jester Race, even though I love the Jester Race album, is because I'm not really 100% sure if Anders still has the capacity to make his vocals sound the way they did on the Jester Race. Not to mention, it's a lot lower quality than Sounds of a Playground Fading, because it's a much older album. So, I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think of, you know, the direction that In Flames took? I wish that they would go back to the old sound, and I really wish I was a fan of them, you know, back when they were melodic death metal, but I was very young when, you know, when they were melodic death metal. Yeah. So, I want to hear what you guys think. So, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and take care.